Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, where I think we're going to take the plunge and try the series of relic quests, I think, the Hildibrand quests that have come up. Here we are in Thavnair. Hello, Nashu. Lunar Conspiracy, that's right, this is the one with aliens, with the Pupus. Nashu Makaraka awaits your approach like a butterfly poised to set off a hurricane. Well said. Kukushu, I have a new lead, and just as I promised, you're the first to know. Before we get into the details, though, I should give you back your soul container. I gave it a good scrub first, of course. Being the gentleman that he is, I'm sure the inspector wouldn't want to leave any lingering spiritual odors. Thank you so much. There. Now you can listen to my findings without having distracting thoughts like, when is Nashu going to give me back my soul container? Nashu, I like you. Now, as for the lead I mentioned, I was thumbing through a periodical and found an article on alien abduction. The way it was described was almost exactly what happened to the inspector. It even had a little diagram of a man swimming in midair. Anyway, the author seemed convinced the victim had been taken to the moon. Of course he's been taken to the moon. Crackpot Theory sounds awfully familiar. It sounds like the rubbish the Thavnairian Truth publishes, yes. But it's probably true. That's because it is. You remember Dorian, the editor-in-briefs? He was the one who wrote it. And he plans on doing research for the next edition on the moon itself. Apparently there's a portal or something in Garlemald that'll take you there? Yeah, no problem. Yep. No, you don't have to be a billionaire in this world to travel to the moon. Oh, but a world-hopping adventurer like you must have been to the moon already. Know it like the back of your hand, I'll bet. I don't know it that well. I haven't been there. I mean, I know it pretty well, but I haven't, like, fake grinded there yet. I thought so. Be nice to have an expert guide. Okay, yeah, let's go. To the moon, Nashu, or we shouldn't be so quick to trust the nonsensical ramblings of a man who sees aliens in every shadow. No, we should be very quick to trust that. Let's go to the moon. I don't know what the weather's like on the moon, but I remember Garlemald being a bit chilly last time I was there. Yeah, I think the moon is probably cold. Oh, it's much colder than I remembered. I sure hope this lunar gate is close. Where is the lunar gate? It's at the Tower of Babel, isn't it? You got a ways to go. The Tower of Babel? You mean that big spiky spire? I do. Yeah, let's go. So, this thing will send us up to the moon just like that? Courage, yes. The world is in grave danger, and the people. This is the conspiracy theorist who's correct, right? I have to reach the moon so I can expose the truth. Lente's arrow. As I have explained to you twice already, I can only allow passage to authorized travelers, which you are not. Ah, you're with them, aren't you? The aliens have infiltrated every layer of our society. It's a platter full of poo-poos just ready to take over. What in blazes are you talking about? I'm Dalmascan, born and raised. Oh, look, it's Dorian, the editor-in-briefs. That's Delian, editor-in-chief, thank you very much. And you were friends of the abducted, I believe. Kukushu, greetings. Are you aware of this? Are you acquainted with this man by any chance? I am. He exposited in my direction. I think I'm going to absolutely pluck that phrase. Like, for real life, I'm going to find ways to use that. And that was enough, I'd wager. He has trouble written all over him. Kukushu, as in Kukushu Kushu, slayer of gods, savior of Ishgard, liberator of the provinces, stealer of pants. When did they steal pants? This Konosuba or something? How did I fail to recognize such an unbelievably famous individual? As a champion of the people, you have a duty to lead us through this fact-strangling checkpoint. We cannot let your comrade's abduction go unsolved. He needs you, and the world needs my next article. And you believe he was taken to the moon? Well, that certainly sounds like an emergency to me. Your acquaintance here seems sincere in his desire to help, so I will grant him special dispensation to accompany you just this once. You may proceed to the Nethergate. I'm glad there's guards here. I wasn't sure how heavily guarded the moon was. Mysterious forces have thrust us together, and though I trust the fates about as much as I trust this obviously compromised gate guard, I will leave no moonstone unturned. The truth is up there. A nice twist on the phrase. And we are on the moon. I hope you all treat this with the awe that it deserves. Not that awe and seriousness is something I expect from this quest line. Is this it? Are we here? We are. Ooh, the moon's just as white and shiny up close. But not made of cheese. And it's kind of made of carrots, but that's farther off. No sign of Inspector Hildibrand either. So, we've already arrived? The Empire's technology is more advanced than I fear. This isn't really their technology, though. You're good. I mean, it's theirs, but not really. Over there, the aliens have built some kind of forward base on the lunar surface. We must sneak in and blow the lid off of on their invasion plans. Looks like Dorian the lead. Come on, we should follow him. I don't even feel bad about all the names she's mistaking. That makes her feel more relatable than anything else. I am awful with names. Aliens! Honest to goodness, honest to God's aliens! I never expected them to be so tall or so small and bunny-like. Welcome. If I had known I was receiving so many visitors, I would have sent for more tea. That voice speaking inside my head! I don't know their words, but their meaning is clear. Are they wielding psychic powers to try and brainwash me? Yeah, because there's no tinfoil on your head. How do you think they're able to get through? Are you all right there, friend? Need help with anything in particular? Laconic Lopporit. Are any Lopporits laconic? And this one speaks our tongue fluently. Learned it from your Charlayan collaborators, I'll wager. They probably actually did learn it from their Charlayan collaborators. Don't think you'll fool me, what with your adorable bunny nose and silken ears. I'll print the truth before you arrive to beguile my fellow men. They've already been, like, all around. They've been in Charlayan, they've been, like, wandering freely. You're one of Uriange's friends, aren't you? I'm not sure who or what put such odd ideas into your companion's head, but would you mind setting him straight for me? I don't think I physically can. I don't think it's within my power to set him straight. The Lopporits are not alien invaders, although their adorableness does belie their capacity for shenanigans. Yeah, just like the Mughals. I think they're used to that. The cuter you are, the more likely your mischief. The Lopporits are allies of all mankind, misguided attempts to make us live off of carrots, none alone notwithstanding. Yeah, they're not alien invaders. We'll go with the first one. And they are pretty darn both cute and they get into trouble. They got to you, didn't they? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I have heard the rumors about the disbanded Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The formerly secret society has in truth become all the more secret that it may pull our leader's strings from the shadows. The thing is, he's not wrong. We aren't really disbanded, and we are trying to stay secret so that, maybe not about pulling strings, but so that we can accomplish our goals more readily and be ready to take action more. Delian is not all that off. Hold it right there, mister. I won't stand here and listen to you slander Kakushu or this lovely bunny any longer. I have a feeling Nashu's going to end up trying to eat a Lopporit. I don't know why. I could be wrong. Like, this isn't a trope or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up trying to eat a Lopporit. You better not libel them neither. We actually came in search of Inspector Hildibrand, a dashing gentleman who we think was... Their relationship is platonic, right? I mean, fan art aside, like, Nashu and Hildibrand's relationship is... I think it's platonic. And I think it's platonic on both sides. I don't think there's a one-sided crush either way. We actually came here, a dashing gentleman who we think was brought here by a shiny flying saucer. You wouldn't happen to have seen either of them around here, would you? I am afraid I have seen neither. Long was it my duty to keep watch, but as the need for constant vigilance has since ended, I have grown accustomed to idleness. It's rather refreshing, I hear you. Perhaps the Lopporits may have observed this man or his abductor? Yeah, let's head to Bestway's Burrow, because I haven't heard anything about the Pupus other than Final Fantasy VIII, like before this, like on the moon or anywhere else before this quest. before the Hildibrand quest in this expansion. Nothing else, getting an eyeful of the facilities we built for the benefit of mankind should help reassure your suspicious friend there. Nothing will help reassure him. He will see your carrot farm and think you're like it's going to be you're planting the thing. He will see anything you do as sus, as you are all a bunch of sussy bakas, and nothing you do will sway him. Good gods! Yeah, this is. If the moon itself is a system shock, this is. I think Thancred's reaction to this place is the most accurate. I knew it. Seeing the burrow in all its magnificence has left your friend speechless. No, he's going to think every one of these things is a nuclear weapon silo. So many bunnies. They can build a forward base on this scale, and what? This isn't even a forward base. This is just a base. What hope does mankind have against them? Oh, for the love of carrots, this is not a military operation. Do you see any cannons or assault craft? We haven't any weaponry at all. Take your time, chat with whomever you like. As for me, I've got perfectly innocuous and not at all nefarious things to do by now. Again, DeLion, is he supposed to be a Ponce de Leon thing? No. I almost feel bad for DeLion. It's like, what happens when the dog finally catches the truck? What do you do with it? All right, on with the investigation. Is this the first time I've ever had 2 companions? Not as a polyamory joke. Like, is this literally the first time I've ever had 2 people as in-game companions? Taking notes on everything. I will expose their operation. You got this. I have faith. Oh, I just want to nibble on their fuzzy whittle ears. Yes. Okay, so there is an eating thing here. Discuss the aetherite. Look, they even have an aetherite here. That's what your discussion is? Okay. An aetherite, a convenient tool for meeting with their Charlie and co-conspirators, no doubt. It probably is. Oh, they'll tell you aetherites were an elegant invention, but it was really just one of many aliens' technological secrets received in exchange for their undying loyalty. Link pearls too. Be careful what you say on those private calls. The Charlians are always listening. I would have liked a little quick flash forward to, quick cutaway to, what's his name? Grumpy Dad? Just listening in. I wouldn't be surprised. Languid Lopporit. Oh, I often stretch my legs out there under the stars, but can't say I've noticed anything out of the ordinary. Sorry. Furry-faced liars, the lot of them, probably hiding an entire fleet of alien attack craft. What if that... I mean, it does seem like that might end up being the joke here, that DeLion is just absolutely smack on point, like, that there's some secret Lopporit who's actually trying to abduct and conquer the world. Discuss the machinery beneath the floor. Core, that's a big fan. Must get hot in here. I keep forgetting she has like a Cockney accent, but I'm not even going to remotely attempt that. A propulsion engine. Of course, this is no mere moon. It's not a mere moon. God, it's amazing. I love this character already. He's so right. You know, the satellite upon which we stand was never a natural celestial body. It was a grand fabrication of the ancients. It was. They were in contact with the aliens even back... I know that's the whole joke at this point. It's dawning on me, and I friggin' love it. The moon is a colossal starfaring vessel. I am so happy. I'm so happy with what they're doing with this. And if this was the joke all along in the last quest line, that was a while ago for me. I apologize if I forgot. Lopporit Promoter. Ever since we built the Excitotron 6000, we get all... I've never been there yet. We get all kinds of people around here. Could you describe your missing friend? Gentlemanly and dapper? Yes. Though their fashion sense can be a bit eclectic, our visiting adventurers were always dressed impeccably. Yeah, so no luck. He's probably strapped to a table somewhere, even as we speak, enduring unspeakable experiments. Again, I'm going to bet right now that that's correct. That he's being, like, taste testing different carrots. Strapped to a table. From what I've pieced together, the giant alien is the master. And all these smaller xenobunnies aren't bunnies are artificial life forms created to serve as minions in his army. Their harmless appearance is part of the You're so close. Part of the strategy. As soon as you let your guard down, snap. They take you down like a pack of tiny herbivorous wolves. Dorian has some interesting theories, doesn't he? Being nibbled to death by a mob of cuddly bunnies doesn't sound like a bad way to go. If you were nibbled to death, that sounds like a horrifying way to go. Like, it sounds adorable until you realize it's like literally death by 1,000 cuts. Where the cuts are eating you alive. And their voices are really high-pitched on the cuts. Weaving way. No gentleman in ragged clothes, I'm afraid, but I did spot an object in flight I couldn't immediately identify. In the south of Mare Lamentorum, I presumed it was a new species of floating jellyfish. Core, that sounds promising. Blimey, thank you for your time. Is that just where they sleep? What's this? A pod for growing new xenobunnies. They must plan to produce them in the millions and overwhelm us with sheer fuzzy numbers. Bunnies are... What's the word for when they're fruitful? They're especially... Not lucrative. I don't remember. There's a word for, like, when they have a lot of babies. How could I have been so blind? They aren't ears. They're psychic wave generators. They lure people cute clothes with their precious little faces, and then bam, brainwashed. Works on me. I figured it all out, alien scum. Once the world reads my special edition, your dreams of domination will be done for. What a strange and oddly aggravating man. Isn't he? Is he a friend of yours, too? I feel like I should put that in my bio. Strange and oddly aggravating. He thinks he's a friend to the people, but I don't think any people are his friends. I don't think you could have... I think you are basically a black mage with the amount of... that amount you just scorched him. Right, let's get out there and find that flying object. So, which direction is south? Moons have poles. I guess they have north and south, right? Wait, I'm coming with you. Don't leave me alone with the brainwashing xenobunnies. They do seem like they'd be a bit much. The bunnies, I mean. Like to hang out with. So let's see if we can find the alien craft from this vantage point. Doggo! Oh my god, Nashu must be so happy right now. Nashu is romping around with Argos, already forgetting why she was out here. Understandable. Again, super relatable. Can't zoom in on Doggo. I'll zoom in on the cat instead. Hey, pigeon. What a good boy. What are you? Delian. Delian? Delian? Searching high and low for any sign of alien vessels like a true professional. Wait. Oh, it's up there, but let me see if there's anything else to find while I'm here, while I'm looking. I see its shadow, though. Is it still carrying Hildibrand in its, like, grasp? I think it is. No, that's carrying... Who's it carrying? Is that Tataru? Ah, there it is. And there it goes. Come on, we can't let it get away. What was the actual role of the Pupus in Final Fantasy VIII? I remember there were summon and there was that newspaper thing, but I don't remember beyond that. If they had a role in the plot or if they were kind of just a joke-off thing. We did it, Kakusha. We found the inspector. Case closed. Horrendous. Only aliens could subject a man to such a callous and physically implausible fate. Wait, what the fuck? Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or do you see a whole field of planted Hildibrands? The fan artists are going to have a field day with this one. Happy Nashu is a wonderful thing. Hildibrand? Well, well, what delightful to surprise to see you here, wherever here happens to be. Did the aliens actually have, like, cloning technology? Did they use the rabbit creation technology on Hildibrand? My, what an impressive specimen of a gentleman you are, good sir. I ship it. A straight-up zombie brand in his destroyed clothing. The same could be said of you, my good man. I won't comment on it anymore beyond this, I promise. The one thing that is like an unenjoyable pet peeve again is the wacky sound effects. Like, it's funny without that. It's way gilding the lily for me. I really don't like it, but again, won't keep mentioning it because it's going to keep coming up, and I mentioned it last time. Is this an extemporaneous gentleman's club, if I may be so bold as to join you? Yeah, Nashu's thinking of the possibilities. No, again, I don't know if she has just platonic... I get the sense that she's just has platonic feelings for Hildibrand, but I'm not sure. They're all getting along with each other, all drinking tea. I like that. That is very Hildibrand. What in the name of the occult is happening here? Where did they all come from? From the depths of hell, according to some people. They're phantom Hildibrands created by a refraction of starlight through swamp gas. Hildibrand clones I think it's the latter. Hildibrand clones grown in an alien laboratory's flesh vat. That sounds... yeah, sure, that's likely. And they'll make a good story. Imposters, you mean? Don't worry, I know just how to find the real inspector. I think they're all the real inspector. Maybe? You gonna bomb him? Yeah, bomb seemed the way to go. Cease and desist, Nashu. Use your powers of deduction, not destruction. They're all so authentic and synchronized. I honestly can't tell the difference. You're going to get blown up yourself if you don't act quickly. Oh. No, I forgot you. She's on Looney Tune logic. She can turn bombs off and on at will. And you could just squelch them, I guess. Well, look no further, for I am the one and only Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. The one and only? I believe that would be me, good sir. No, I am Spartacus. Oh, I am certainly more than certain I am Hildibrand. Okay. Is there one for each job, I wonder? Is that how we're going to get, like, relics involved in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh, I didn't see. Yeah, you're all Hildibrand. How positively marvelous! I propose we celebrate this auspicious moment as only a mob of Manderville men can. This is going to be a dance-off, isn't it? It is. Mother of God. What manner of waiting nightmare is this? Sorry, pigeon. Again, I like that they're all... She's so into this. She's just so happy. Has she ever done the Manderville dance? She deserves to be an honorary Manderville, marriage or not. So the Pupus are coming down. How many is that? Oh, gosh, I keep forgetting to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Ah! It's certainly fewer than the amount of jobs that are out there. Oh, is this like PTSD on them? Look at its cute little drawn-on eyes. So were they all imposters? Not imposters, but were there some kind of technological shenanigans? Apologies for the confusion, my friends. I assure you that this time you stand in the presence of the inimitable Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville. And this diminutive blue chap is my new associate, Master Pupus. Hello. Hello, Pupus. Another alien species. Yeah. Of course, you're building a clone army to invade our star, and what we stumbled upon was a field test, was it? Could be. I do not believe we have had the pleasure, my excitable fellow, but I promise you that the amicable Master Pupus has no desire to wage any clone wars. They had to get that out of the way early. And what's this all about? Are you telling me you weren't abducted? A simple misunderstanding. Was it? Echo time. The problem with petting the cat right now is that his fur is just flying into my nose. Oh, what a charming little rascal you are. An offshoot of the Mandragora family, perchance. What sound is good. I like that sound design. Pupus? Ah, I see. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Master Pupus. There's an openness to an open-mindedness to Hildibrand I like. He's willing to roll with a lot of stuff. I think it's a sincere virtue. Might I inquire as to our current whereabouts? I had but recently reunited with Nashu and Kakushu, and would greatly appreciate it if you could convey me back to my prior location. Oh, that was easy. That looks kind of fun. And even now he's rolling with it. He's swimming to the shuttle. Splendid! Full speed ahead, my dear fellow. Steady on now. This is not what they had in mind. Ah, you weren't actually getting transported anywhere. You were just getting cloned or something. You've generated a veritable battalion of identical gentlemen. Now this is the true zombie brand. Surely the world could never safely contain so much pure Mandervillian magnificence. Could you perchance reverse the process? Oh my god, that's kind of terrifying. The ultimate way to defuse an army of Hildibrands. A gigantic bomb. There's something a little bit sad here that is like a comic take on the problems we faced in Elpis. Of just creating a being and then destroying it at will. I guess you didn't destroy it, though. You just knocked them out. They're pretty resilient if they're anything like the real Hildibrand. So did one get away? Yeah, one got away. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 13 of them, I think. But there's more jobs than that, so... Mummy! Bye. That was not the most helpful of Echo flashbacks we've ever had. Thus, I have concluded that Master Pupus has no grasp of the common tongue, and his true intentions, while surely peaceable, remain woefully unclear. It was only through frenzied gestures that I managed to direct him back here and have him clean up our Manderville multiplicity incident. Goodbye, cat. Pupus, I hail Pupus from a star. Pupus, a great distance from here. I love that sound effect. I came in search of a friend whose communications halted mid-exploration. You are a fast learner, Master Pupu. All this way to aid a comrade in distress, you say? The devotion, the determination, your touching story has sunk its hooks into my heart. Fear not, my blue-hued friend, for I, Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have attached myself to this case like a stubborn barnacle on a kraken's behind. Okay. Again, I like that we're doing this to help. I swear to you here and now, I shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the missing comrade that you so desperately seek. Look at him. I don't care if reintroducing the Pupu is just a way to sell merch. I don't care. It's a great choice. I guess if it's a great choice, then it means it's not just a way to sell merch. Mr. Pupu's eyes make me feel dizzy, like swirls that go round and around and around and around. Much like talking to Hildibrand himself. Tell me, Kukushu, how is it that you're able to understand Master Pupu's language? Oh, I can understand him, but you cannot. So this is a piece of the echo coming in. Okay. That actually makes sense. The power of echoes? Ah, you mean persistent repetition, similar to the Manderville art of parley. You're saying you have an extrasensory ability that allows communication with aliens. How fascinating. Most fascinating indeed. Oh god, the lion's gonna think that I'm like a secret agent. Pending mysteries aside, I am glad indeed to once more be in the company of my faithful assistant and stalwart contemporary both. I am happy to be here as well. I still, philosophically, I think the idea of locking relics behind Hildibrand is a mistake. I still think that. I think that you could say that it's not a big deal, and maybe it's not if it's a short quest, but like, it's such a niche style of storytelling and humor that part of the appeal of Hildibrand is that if you don't like it, you don't have to engage with it, and some people really dislike it, and so I think locking relics behind this sort of quest line is a mistake. The imperfect... It's creepy. Like a Uoth looking out from the water. The imperfect gentleman. Unfazed by events that would shatter the mind of a lesser man, Hildibrand stands ready to begin his next case. So begins the case of the silent correspondent. The Hardy Boys novel? Not to rain on your parade, but my friend who was somewhere on your star stopped sending my messages is not a lot to go on. I've spent years investigating the existence of aliens, and recent experiences notwithstanding, they are not that easy to find. Then you don't know Inspector Hildibrand. He'll solve the case as he's solved countless others, with pure frigging luck and panache. Well said, Nashu. I need but relinquish conscious thought to instinctive investigative instinct, and the clues will flow to me forthwith by the power of plot really saves this guy's ass. Lose yourself in the deductive... Oh, he's just holding that pose the whole time. I thought we were in like a freeze frame for a second. In the deductive current, Inspector. You're channeling, aren't you? Contacting a higher power to breach the veil of mystery. Another fascinating development. Is he like having muscle cramps or what's he... No, he's actually just doing the pose. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over. Though I thought you'd like to know, I spotted the chap you were asking about. You know, the well-muscled gentleman with tattered clothing and dazzling teeth. You mean this gentleman? We found it. Right, this was the one who ran off, who escaped the bombing. Well, that can't be right. I just saw him north of Marilam and Torum, and he ran the other way when I called out. Yep. I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, that what you saw was an imposter. Kokushu, would you mind asking Mr. Pupu if he was growing any more inspectors on the moon? I mean, I think he can understand you. I just don't think you can understand... No, I guess he can't, because he, like... When you ask to... I guess it's a translation error both ways. Yeah. I only created a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporization beam. That individual's behavior was unpredictable, a flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid. Well, this won't do at all. We can't have a flawed inspector running around besmirching the Manderville name. Don't worry, no one could besmirch your name. It's pretty rough as is. Master Poo-Poo, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. That seems extreme. Might we delay the search of your comrade until the deed is done? Poo-Poo, the imperfect clone is of my own making. It's only right that I murder him. So begins the case of the imposter inspector. This is going to be an anthology. Ooh, that does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector. The laconic lopper. Laconic means you don't talk that often, right? It's like you're quiet, you're like mysterious. Weird to give this Lopporit, unless it's meant ironically, but this Lopporit doesn't seem to talk even excessively. It just talks as much as any other Lopporit. I espy with my little eye no dashingly defective gentleman. You can't have made it that far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area? Scan the horizon, that sort of thing. Okay. Splitting the party again, and you're leaving me with the aliens. Dolian, you're going to have to get over your anti-alien sentiment, because they're no longer... They're like actual sentient beings that are right around you. Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. We'll have a nice chat, and I can disabuse you of all those strange conspiratorial notions with my brainwashing. And we can get to know our new friend here. Look at that happy little poo-poo running off. Well, let's be on our way as well. With Kukushu in the van, if you please. All right. What do you think of the Pit of Zodiark, Hildibrand? Cradle of Darkness. Behold this sublime vista! 'Tis as if the moon herself breathes beneath our feet. Oh, look down there! They have their very own hot spring. My dear Nashu, what you are observing is no hot spring, but a natural reservoir of ceruleum. With such a rich resource to hand, it's no wonder they can afford these palatial residences. I'm glad you're here to educate me, Inspector. I was about to take a quick soak. It's really the... I'm just thinking of when I was like 5 years old and my brother was 14 or so. And he was telling me how we were in the woods of Long John Silver, where Long John Silver's ghost was spotted. I guess that was more trolling than... I didn't think we had that term for it then, but that was more trolling than just making stuff up. But you know what? It's similar enough. Hammer-struck thinker. Oh, wow. Did you just have... Are you literally... No, everyone's heads look like this. Oh, there's an actual hammer in the front of your head. Like a wrench, like a, okay. A goldsmithing, oh God. Godbert's here. A goldsmithing hammer is lodged in the thinker's carcass. Appears to have been dealt a single swift killing blow. Core, the bugs grow big up here, don't they? This hammer, surely it cannot be. Nay, it does not bear thinking about. Godbert probably just willed himself up here. Didn't have to go through the portal or anything. Discuss the starry sky. What a dazzling display of stars. Not a single cloud in sight. In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly. There are no clouds on the moon, are there? Now that you mention it, it's been nighttime the entire time I've been here. How much longer until dawn breaks, do you think? I want to take science with Professor Hildibrand. Hammer struck moose. Another victim to Godbert's savagery, his barbarism. Ah, looks like he's yawning. The hammer struck in his head spoils the effect, though. Maybe he's a yawning unicorn, who knows? He cannot be here. Why would he be here? Maybe he was worried about you. For all his bizarreness, he does love his son and his family overall. That's a goldsmithing too, isn't it? Does look awfully familiar. How do you not recognize... Well... I can never be shocked at any lack of perception in these, and especially when I've given my Resident Evil playthrough how awful my perception is. And yet completely unrelated to our case. Moving on, moving on. Trail of fancy footprints. A set of gentlemanly tracks leads to the northwest. Aha! In the sand, in the snow, or in a half-elm of moon dust, I'd recognize those fancy footprints anywhere. A perfect copy of mine. I guess it's the type of shoe that's fancy. Probably the strut, the way that he walks, has that gentlemanly gait. I sense a gentlemanly presence. He's close. Very close. No clones in the northeastern quadrant that we could see. Is the Pupus just providing... Yeah, scouting from the air. That's clever. Mr. Pupus can scout us from the air. Aha! I found... me. Hello, Inspector. Why, Hildiclone? That's great. Why did I flee? She wanted to live. He seems sad, downcast, very un-inspector-like. You're trying to murder him. A flawed creation, to be sure. It's fun. I was kind of joking about it, but there is something about this all that really ties into the themes of Elpis and a lot of this expansion so far. About I wouldn't be surprised if they go down like a more comical take on finding one's purpose and the meaning of existence. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Manderville man. That seems a little bit like toxic thought. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's whose eyes were coming out of the smoke. Why does he have the head tattoos? They were probably there before, I just don't think I noticed them. Sorry, friend. Praise Thal for his patience. 'Twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber. No, you're gonna suplex someone who's just a clone. Oh, hug attempt failed. Excuse me. This is how you know he's the clone. He has somehow managed to avoid harm from his father, abandoning my gentleman comrades to save myself, my pride in worse tatters than my maltreated wardrobe. That's true. That he's got to feel legitimately bad about that. He couldn't have done anything, but still, it's kind of survivor's guilt. And Godbert seems legitimately concerned. My fatherly love denied. Unthinkable, unless that is not my son. That's how you understood that he was not your son. Yeah, this fatherly love is going to land, unfortunately, for Hildibrand. Yeah, he sees... Okay, yep, that's the sign of the original. And he's off. Yeah, this is something that's worth writing about. more than anything about aliens. This is stranger than anything the Lopporits or the Pupus could bring up. He's really leaping. Is it true, by the way, that originally Superman couldn't fly? It was just jumping high, right? Like leap tall buildings in symmetrical bounds, or was he flying even then? Nashu, why are you cheering for this? Another of me survived. No, it's the original. I'll not turn tail and run this time. No, sir. Hildibrand to the rescue. I like Hildiclone. It's gonna rip his arm out of his socket at that speed. Oh, or that. Round and round as fast as I can. I can't slow down. I'm a Manderville man. Manderville Dance of the Ephemeral Twins. I hope this is a dance I get where I can throw players with an emote. I'm sure the poop was fine. This is what I should have expected. What the hell? This is the statue that was just described as a face. There was no real description of it. I really don't know what to say. I'm just going to roll with it. Now I know that I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real. I don't know if it was real or not. It could be an offhanded, non-canonical in the story gag. It could. I don't know what that was. Ah, that was a little something we were preparing to welcome the people of Aetheris. I almost forgot it was still there. Excuse me. That's what it was. That was like an automated welcome to the amusement park type thing. Okay. That's what that face was the whole time. Unless the face was built beforehand and they just used it for their own ends. I can't imagine they would make a humanoid face with... Well, no, maybe that was it. I was really curious about the mystery of that face, and now I know the answer. What is being thrown by the poo-poo ship? I didn't see what those were. They're just like bricks? Barrels? Pots? Okay. The barrage appears to have stopped, but look at all this junk. Look at the little Koblin in the background. Please be sure to pick your litter up before you leave. The moon belongs to everyone, you know. That wasn't our litter. That was the poo-poo throwing that down, wasn't it? I'm confused. More confused than usual. Like, are these supposed to be Godbert's things that he brought with him? Oh ho. No, Hildiclone. Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville, how glad I am to see you up and about. Excuse me. Your mother will be beside herself with joy. The love is there, but maybe ask for consent before you suplex your son or wheelbarrow throw or whatever that move is called. I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood ever vigilant at my bedside, and to Kukushu, who ferried my soul back from across the rift. My son is blessed indeed with comrades of quality. You have my heartfelt gratitude. I am glad. To you, Master Pupu, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. If there is aught I can do to help effect repairs, you have only to ask. I'm sure he can craft another starship in a heartbeat. He's friggin' Godbird. Poo-poo, my vessel experienced a temporary malfunction, but no major structural damage. And I have to translate. It brings me relief and joy to hear it. Might I have a word, Kukushu? I had actually come to the moon in search of a certain rare ore, and by Thal's good graces, my quest has been successful. The ore, however, is but the first step of a longer saga. Meet me back in Razatan, and I will explain the role I wish you to play. Yes, I think it's best we make the journey starwards. We'll not find Master Pupu's friends from up here unless someone packed an extremely efficacious spyglass. Anybody? No? Then home it is. So I am surprised by this. I'm surprised by friggin' everything in this, but I really thought this was going to be the meat of the Hildibrand. That the meat of the Hildibrand relic stuff was going to be take place like headquarter here on the moon. The Lion. For years I've chased after the supernatural and the inexplicable, but to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time, my mind still reels for the implications. Understandable. Yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only but once in a lifetime. It really does. I hope he treasures this. It's a chance most alien fanatics and conspiracy theorists will never get. And I think he does. I think he will treasure this. Ah, how lovely to be back on the star of my birth. Father did not tarry to chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. Is it going to be, Jessie? No, she's with the... no, she's not with them. She's with, the Garland Ironworks. Who's a trusted employee? Well, we've no time for further familial pleasantries. Nacho and I must devote all our mental energies to the case of the silent correspondent. Hold that flex. The answer will come to you. My keen inspector sense impels me to begin our search in that direction. Make haste, my companions, for justice waits for no man. Not even one who is little and blue. Is he blue? He's like kind of like green. I would describe him closer to green. He's like aqua. Inspector, wait! Can't justice make an exception for me? This channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Kukushu, forgive me. I seem to have been laboring under a misconception. After spending time with the Xenobunnies, it has become clear to me they have not the slightest intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us. The brainwashing got to you, DeLion. Sad to see. But he is. You know of whom I speak, the devious Master Pupu and his diabolical devices, devised solely for world domination. Okay. I shall have to investigate him further to learn the intricacies of his plan, but I may require your aid, not to mention your interpretation. I'll even pay you a retainer fee, so please, when the time comes, join me on my quest for the truth. Got Johnny X-Files here. Godbert in his blessed shorts. Ah, Kukushu, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to business then? The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Manderville weapons. Oh, you're just bringing this in here. It's not related to the Pupus at all yet, at least. They were the designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While they will probably tie it together at the end, but... While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing their secrets of their construction survived, a precious heirloom passed down through generations of Mandervilles. Why the sudden passion for weaponsmithing, or aren't your hammers built for hammering gold? Yeah, why weaponsmithing? Tis true that as a goldsmith, I've had little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project and why now, you may very well ask. I literally just asked it. Then I shall well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here in Radzat-Han to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The matter in question was an acquisition proposal. Alas, the talk soured, so I made preparations to depart. It was then the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what horrors followed, I do. I did my best to defend the citizenry from the beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all. Saved far too few, in fact. The memory of it haunted me day and night, and I found myself unable to work. But then I heard the news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forged on in the face of deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. Especially with this, hearing this, it makes me sad that we don't get the Hilda clone. I took a good hard look in the looking glass and asked, what can Godbert Manderville do to safeguard the people of this star? Thus did I realize that I have both the knowledge and the skill to forge the greatest of weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. You could also change your business from just running a casino to, like, building up society, but no, let's go with the Batman approach. Let's use weapons. So I began going down the list, acquiring the necessary materials with single-minded purpose. One of these was a goodly chunk of purest Mandarium ore, a metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only rarely. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and consorting with kobolds, all to no avail. Then, when none was to be found in Heidelin, I set my sights on the moon, where I at last obtained a sizable sample. So, okay, yeah, so this is, we're going to be getting more materials. Okay. When you could spare a moment for an adventuring, or aiding my dear son in his inspecting, pray drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. Have we met the manservant? Probably. Again, I have a bad memory. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with the recreation of a Manderville weapon forthwith. Let's see what this will entail. I know it's supposed to be grindy. Like, you know, most relics are, but I don't know what kind of grinding. Presumably just trials, raids, dungeons, that sort of thing. I think I expect it to be something like the Moogle things, the Moogle tombstone things. Elsewhere in Radzat-Han. Are we going to see the other Pupus? Oh, we got the mystery person. So someone with legs. I don't think this is going to be a Pupus then. Moving with too much purpose. Very stealthy. Actually, that was legitimately stealthy. Nice job there. Hiding behind their back. You stealing the crown jewels? What are you doing? Oh, right. This was a thing. I forgot. I entirely forgot that Lou guy was here. Okay. I'm going to have to rewatch the old video because I didn't remember. Sound the alarm! A prisoner is escaping! Yep. I just entirely forgot about that thing. He's off. Got the 80s montage back. Beyond the truth lies the weird and absurd. Beloved son, he's second to none. Our agent of inquiry, Hildibrand Mandervilles. Definitely not an alien clone. See you, Inspector. Hilda clone is still a thing. Hilda clone is still lurking. I really want more of existential crisis Hilda clone. House Manderville manservant. On completing the request, make it a Manderville. You will receive a Manderville weapon for Red Mage. Let's, okay, yep, okay. I'm going to come back to this next time. I'm going to call it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Next time, I will see what the next part is like with the... Because I assume that this next part is going to mostly be just grinding, which I'll do off screen, but I'll see what's up next. But I think this is a good stopping point. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time, Inspectors. Bye-bye.